This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at SIGGRAPH 2019. Oh my goodness, the years are going by. To my immediate right is Arisa Scott. I want to make sure I got this right. Graphics Product Manager at Unity 3D. Welcome to the program, Arisa.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. So what's Unity excited about at this year's SIGGRAPH?
At this year's SIGGRAPH, we're really excited to show off our real-time ray tracing, which was accepted into real-time live, as well as our Heretic demo, which was, in addition to being accepted into real-time live, was also at the Animation Festival last night.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot in that sentence, so let's dissect that. What's Heretic?
So the Heretic is a visually stunning short that's rendered entirely in real time, taking advantage of all of our latest tools and features with our high definition render pipeline and our VFX graph. And it really shows off the power of, like, while we have our ray trace technique, this is rasterization, that you can still get, or that you can get, stunning visual quality with rasterization techniques, and really kind of push forward a lot of different techniques.
So you're gonna have to forgive me. I have to understand some of this terminology. So I'm hearing ray tracing and I'm hearing rasterization. Are they two very different things? Like how are they in the same sense?
So you can ray trace a thing or you can rasterize a thing. And so for ray tracing, you're casting rays to be able to render things out appropriately, whereas rasterization is kind of getting rendered out. So with rasterization techniques, they're more performant for real time. However, they're also limited. So like with ray tracing, if you have an object that's off screen, you don't see its reflections, even if it should cast a reflection there. And like in real life, that's just not true. Whereas ray tracing operates globally, and so you're able to get a lot more bounce and a lot more kind of realistic visual results.
So is rasterization what we used to be doing before ray tracing was more readily available, or am I correct? Or
so
not quite.
Well, I mean, like the thing is, it's about the right tool for the job. Like you don't need to ray trace everything. You don't need ray tracing, and depending on what kind of visual look you want to get, rasterization techniques can really push you forward. It's definitely about the right tool for the right job, and like with with ray tracing, you're limited to what kind of hardware you can be on. It's awesome that NVIDIA has pushed forward kind of the RTX cards, and they're now we're running our demo at real-time live on RTX laptops, and those things I'm surprised by how light they are relative to kind of like what my expectation is, But, if you want to be on mobile, or if you want to be on console, then
your opportunities are more limited, I take it, because of the horsepower available. So why are we hearing about ray tracing now more than ever? Because ray tracing, it's not a new concept. It's been around for a number of years. Why is it today is all the talk?
Well, it's really the hardware, because you can have your fancy advanced techniques, but if you can't take advantage of them anywhere, it's been in the offline world for quite a while, but with NVIDIA's new RTX laptops and with other kind of manufacturers that are going after that market, we're suddenly seeing the ability to make this a reality. Whereas before it's sort of ray tracing is a thing, it exists, but it's not real time. It's offline. It's compute clusters with hundreds or thousands of CPUs, and so by having it kind of on this hardware, we're able to push it forward in real time.
So what I'm hearing is, of course, Unity's helping enable ray tracing and rasterization. Are there specific markets that Unity is excited about right now?
So for ray tracing, our biggest demand was actually in the automotive market. And you want to be able to, when you're designing a car and you have kind of your panels laid out, you need to see where the panel gaps are, and you need to have this very high fidelity and super, high, realistic accuracy. And perfect mirrors so you can see your blind spots and all those things. So that was definitely a market that kind of pushed forward the demand. And while we do see it eventually being, used in other areas, right now it's the most practical use is in the automotive market from our point of view.
Right, good stuff. Now, I understand you have an interest in immersive technology as well. Can you elaborate?
So we have our high definition render pipeline, which we're excited to show off, and that's kind of pushing forward stunning visual quality. And with the release that came out today in 2019.2, we now have VR support on that. So if you're on kind of the higher horsepower VR machines, you're able to get kind of stunning visual quality in VR.
So can you elaborate a little more? I'm not sure I fully understand. We wouldn't have been able to do that before? What's actually changed?
So from our side, we added support so that we can kind of performantly render high fidelity visuals in VR with our high definition render pipeline. And we're doing a lot of things there, like for our materials, for things like transparents and opaques, making it so that they're rendered the same, because there are a lot of kind of graphics nerds things we could go into there, but it's having better looking materials in higher quality in VR.
Okay, good stuff. Now, I think you brought up real-time live. It's something that happens here at SIGGRAPH. Can you elaborate a little more as to what's going on?
I am not panicking about it. That's what's going on. So, Real Time Live is tonight, which is a really awesome show because it's like the best in real time, where a committee chooses a bunch of different submissions, and then you go on stage and you show off your thing. And so there are a bunch of different people that will be showing off a lot of different aspects of real time. Like Level X is one that uses Unity that isn't Unity, where they have like a medical sim thing that they're going to be showing off that has marching the rays on mobile is what they call it. And on the Unity side, we have both our ray tracing, and then Heretic will be showing up. And so Real Time Live will be us getting on stage, demoing our machines, and praying that nothing crashes, because things never crash when you're live, right? Yeah.
So you might as well be juggling with fire sticks, I take it, facetiously.
Yeah, and it's like kind of however stable things are when it becomes real time, and when you're in a compressed time period of like everything must go right, and like our ray tracing right now is we have an experimental build on GitHub, and so it's an experimental build, and in 2019.3 this fall we'll actually have it kind of in full preview in the editor, so that'll be the more stable, more check it out, kick the tires version, but tonight we're demoing kind of the stuff we've been working on.
All right, wonderful. Well, I'm sure everything will go perfectly fine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
This is Neil Schneider for MTBS-TV at SIGGRAPH 2019. We will, of course, be back with more. Thank you for watching.